Doc's first bright idea. He decided to Google the names of the police officers on duty the night of the murder, at the suggestion of Midnight, of course. And I don't know who got off the short bus first. Was it Doc or was it Midnight? Now, anyone with half a brain knows that this kind of information isn't just lying around on the internet, but in the world of all the Queen's men, it somehow was. And the little girl woman, Lola, she struck again. She done flipped the script, and Madam should have just taken her out when she had the chance. We're going to dive into the latest episode of All the Queen's Men, Season 4, Episode 6. We're going to focus on Doc, one of the most frustrating characters on this show, who seems to specialize in making bad decisions. Let's break it all down. Now, if you've been following this show for any length of time, you know that Doc has been a walking disaster ever since Season 1. Back then, he killed his girlfriend, his married girlfriend, to keep her from snitching on Madam's operation. Now, fast forward to Season 4, that bad decision is still haunting him, literally. Now, the bloody shirt that he wore the night of the murder is still sitting in the police evidence locker, and Madam has finally had enough of covering for him. Now, initially, Madam hired Lola to retrieve the shirt. Well, she didn't actually hire her, but she just told her that if she didn't get that shirt, that it was lights out for her. And rightly so, because Lola has been asking to be down since Blue killed Cat. So Lola brought back the wrong shirt on purpose. That was strike one. Now, Madam, being the boss that she is, she decided that she's done babysitting Doc. She threw the responsibility right back at him. And let's just say that Doc is proving that he's not really built for this kind of pressure. Now, he discovered that there were 2 officers on duty that night, and one was a female named Naima. Now, already this plan is shaky at best. Next, Doc shows up at the police station thinking that he can sweet talk Naima into handing him over the shirt. And this is really all assumed because to this day, we still don't know what his motive was. I mean, we know the motive, but you have to kind of plan these things out, Doc, so that they make sense. When he meets her, he realizes that she's smitten with him. She's thrilled by his physique, of course, and the fact that he's a dancer at Club Eden. So what does Doc do? He invited her down to the club, and it's a bold move, but we'll come back to why this was such a terrible idea in a minute. Naima accepted the invitation and she showed up at the club. And instead of sticking to a simple charm offensive, Doc decided to lace her drink. He spiked her drink with who knows what, and whatever he used, it sent Naima spiraling. She started hallucinating and spazzing out, causing a full-blown scene. It got so bad that Madam had to intervene. She punched Naima in the face just to snap her out of it. Madam then ordered Blue and Tommy to clean Naima up and then to call the ambulance. Now, let's pause right here. First of all, what was Doc's end game with spiking her drink? If the goal was for her to trust him, how does making her hallucinate accomplish that? Secondly, now that Naima is being transported to the hospital, how is Doc supposed to get that shirt? He's pretty much back to square one, and he's causing even more chaos in the process. It's like he's working against himself at every turn. And let's not forget that the girl from Season 1 is haunting him, like every other week. And she's like a constant reminder of how his bad decisions are piling up. Yet, despite these literal hauntings, Doc hasn't really learned anything. He's still relying on Madam to bail him out and to give him step-by-step instructions. And without her, he's completely lost. So now, here we are. Naima is on her way to the emergency room. Doc is still without that bloody shirt, and the clock is ticking. And at this point, you have to wonder, will Naima even remember what happened? And if she does, that's just another layer of trouble for Doc. But whether she remembers or not, he's still no closer to solving this problem. He's essentially sabotaging himself for nothing. But there is one thing for sure. Doc is a character who can't seem to think for himself. He's entirely dependent on Madam's guidance. And every time she steps back to let him handle things, he proves to us over and over again that he's not up to the task. This latest fiasco with Naima is just another example of how Doc's poor judgment keeps landing him in trouble. Now, here's what I need to ask. What do you think Doc's next move is going to be? Can he possibly recover from all this mess, or is he digging a hole so deep that even Madam won't be able to pull him out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss where this storyline might be heading. I initially thought that he would spike her drink and then take her home, do the same thing that he did with Detective Davis, and then just convince her that, that's the right thing to do. then she'd be all emotional and giddy and just do it, right? This entire thing has totally backfired on him. And what was really pissing me off in this episode is that he didn't have to do that because she was already feeling him, right? Like she is drooling all over this guy. So all of that spiking the drink, it was unnecessary. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of All the Queen's Men like I am, then go ahead and sub to this channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, you guys, and I'm going to see you in the next one.